Everybody, welcome back. Today I want to talk about Turkey. I've been here for a while now. This is where my fiance is from, and so I've been spending a little bit more time in Turkey than I thought I would be, especially staying so close with her family. It's really given me a chance to see inside what it is, kind of the daily life of Turkish people and how they live and what they're like. More than just, kind of the tourist side of things, going around the big mosque and going and getting drinks seaside and stuff like that. It's a very different place, and the people are much different than I thought they were going to be, mostly in good ways. There's no perfect people, that's for sure. And coming from where I come from, especially as a Christian, as an American, and at first I think I walked in with the assumption that I wasn't going to like this place, or that I wasn't going to like the people. But I mean, that's not how it went at all. In Greece, I have plenty of Turkish friends, and some of my best friends, and they're good people, just like Greek people are good people. Turkish people are really informed and really proud of their heritage, and kind of the same way the Greeks are. And I mean, that's going to be a part of the big debate. I'm sure it'll be in this comment section, is that Greek people are actually Turkish, or Turkish people are actually Greek. You don't know what rivalry is until you see Turkish people and Greek people talk about each other. My God, I wouldn't say it's hate. That's not what I'm saying. But there's an animus there that goes beyond football rivalries that we have in America. It goes beyond the little trash talk that we have with Canada or Mexico. That's for sure. There's a lot of history there, and and you have your hardliners and all that. But in general, people here are proud to be Turkish. And they're very family oriented. I think to survive in Turkey, you kind of have to be really into your family, because it's not easy. It's not easy to have a life in Turkey. Taxes are insane. I mean, just fundamental things that we kind of take for granted in America, such as like owning a car. I mean, there's a saying like if you buy a car here, you have to also buy a car for the government. It's like a 200% tax on a vehicle. That's insane. And if you bring in your car from another country, after 2 years, you have to take it out of the country. I think it's definitely a conservative country. I mean, even the people here who are considered liberal in America, they'd call them alt-right. I mean, just very conservative by nature. Maybe that has something to do with like a big influence of Islamic religion here. Or maybe it's something older than that. Honestly, I couldn't tell you. As much as you think you know about Turkish history, or you know what, let's just say the regional history of this place, the more you realize you don't know anything. And it's not near as simple as you think it is. Women in full modest wear, head coverings, it's a very typical thing. It's not something that's required. It's not like that. The culture isn't that strict. But the conservative nature of the people here really doesn't stop them from talking to you or being nice to you. They're still a very welcoming culture, which I was very shocked by. So if you do find yourself kind of falling in with a Turkish friend, pretty soon you're going to be invited to meet family, and pretty soon you're going to notice that your friend circle has grown, and you're having family dinners, and pretty soon they've colonized your friendship group. I guess it's the first thing you notice is the people. The second thing is definitely going to be the traffic. When you're getting around this place, it is a madhouse. Traffic can be insane, bumper to bumper, a real nightmare. And at the same time, you feel like you're going 100 miles an hour, because the taxi drivers here drive crazy. And it's not just the taxi drivers. Turkish drivers. Okay. Usually I try to be pretty nice when it comes to these videos. Turkey, listen to me, you have the worst drivers I've ever seen on the planet. The lack of consideration that you people have when you're on the road is stunning to me. In America, it would result in violence, absolute violence. I mean, it's insane. When you're on the road here, when you're actually driving, you have to be so aware of what you're doing, because if you mess up, it's going to cost someone's life. Because people here, they trust people on the road too much. You can be going 80 miles an hour and they'll pull out right in front of you, right in front of you. You have to slam on the brakes. And then they'll give you a wave like you're in the wrong. Turkish drivers, you're horrible. You're horrible. I despise you. But honestly, I kind of understand you, because I'd be a complete ass if I drove a car in Turkey, because it's a bit of a flex, especially if you have a nicer car. And I'll get into that in another video. I guess the third thing you notice in Turkey is the landscape, just how big it is. This place is massive. And the geographical diversity of this place, I mean, they have deserts, they have forests, they have mountains, they have beaches. It's everything, you know. It can be really hot. If you're on the east side, apparently it's like super high elevation, there's lots of snow. I mean, but you just Google images of Turkey and you're gonna see such a varied mosaic of different landscapes that are stunning. And I mean, more than just that, if you come here in the summertime, the beaches. I spent all of August in Pilar's country home with her family, and it is right by Akçay, which is a little beach town. And you know, no matter where you go, there's going to be a stunning beach. But it's different because some beaches, like the water doesn't seem that clear, so I guess it has something to do with the tides. Then you drive a few minutes down the road, and it's just crystal clear water. You know, you can walk out 100, 200 meters, 300 meters. But it's so clean, it'd be like 10 feet deep in some points, so you could just see to the bottom like you're wearing goggles. It reminds me of when I was a kid in Hawaii. I mean, it's real beauty. And I mean, it's arguably some of the best beaches I've gone to in the world. And they're not busy, they're not crowded. It'd just be like, you just go down the road and there it is, beautiful beach. I mean, the beaches there rival any beaches I've been to. You know, California, Southeast Asia, Hawaii. And in fact, I'd say it's better because it's not flooded with, you know, tourists from all over. You know, you get a lot of these places to yourself. And the sunsets over the Aegean, I mean, it's just beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. I'm someone who always watches sunsets, and I'm a little bit jaded about it, but I'd have moments there where I'm just, you know, absolutely jaw-dropping beauty I'm looking at. And it's I'm glad that I'm marrying a Turkish girl who has a family home by the water, because, you know, we're definitely going to be going back, that's for sure. And the last thing really is the food, you know, which again was another big surprise. I thought it was just going to be like kebab and, you know, doner, but it's a lot more than that, you know. And I'm surprised to see so many similarities between Greek food and Turkish food. And again, probably we'd be more arguing in the comment section about that. But, you know, staying with the family and actually getting traditional Turkish food, I mean, I get something different every day. And just the versatility that they have, you know, with the seasonings and with the meats. It'd be very few ingredients, but they can get these amazing taste out of it. And a lot of the ingredients are just, you know, it's very fresh. We eat out every now and then, but even when we order out, you know, everything's still pretty healthy. It's very minimal ingredients. I mean, yeah, you can go to Shock. Yeah, you can go to Migros for, you know, your produce. But I mean, but still, you know, most people are going to go to a bazaar. And most of the things that you eat, especially within the household, they're still going to be seasonal, right? So, you know, we're around, you know, late fall going into winter now, and it's definitely colder. And when you go to the bazaars, you know, you're seeing potatoes, you're seeing onions, you know, you're seeing cabbages, you're seeing cold weather produce. Not like in America. If I even go to a farmer's market or something like that, and in the middle of winter, you know, I'm going to see tropical fruits, because we've lost an appreciation of seasonality. That's something that I really appreciate here. So, I mean, depending on what time of the year you come here, your diet's going to be very different. And I mean, I absolutely love that in the summertime, because the amount of fruits and vegetables, I mean, we ate so light and everything was so fresh. I mean, because it's hot and you're sweating constantly, you know, but you feel so clean because you're sweating and you're putting all this good stuff in. I felt so healthy by the end of our time in the countryside by Akçay. You know, I honestly felt like a younger man. And I do worry that, you know, if I go back to another country that, you know, doesn't have that same focus on, you know, diet, on, you know, seasonal foods, and, you know, cooking fresh, minimally processed ingredients, you know, that my health will suffer. Because one of the things about being in this region in general has really improved my health. And it's easy to see that in Turkey, it's easy to continue that. Now, I will say meat here is definitely more expensive than it is in Greece. So you don't get as much of it. This is a carb-heavy place. And my God, do they like their fats. Butter here is fantastic, and they use it in absolutely everything. You know, Greece, olive oil isn't everything. Here, this is a butter country, and I appreciate that. But at the same time, you think you're feeling it, but it's crazy because you're eating all this heavy food, But at the same time, you're losing weight, right? Like everything is butter in it, but I'm losing weight. I don't understand. So, you know, yeah, Turkey is not what I thought it was going to be. The people are fantastic. The traffic is atrocious. The landscapes are fantastic. The food is, you know, it was such a shock and such a surprise. And finally, I think the last thing, kind of to wrap this up, that I wasn't expecting, as someone who is really into my Christian faith, Islam's a huge thing here, but it's not hostile. It doesn't feel hostile. You have times where you kind of sense a hostility. Like if you go to a church, there's a lot of cops and machine guns outside. You know, and at the first time I saw that, I was like, you know, a little bit worried. But in general, I mean, like I'm not in a tourist area. I'm around, you know, this is where Turkish people live. You know, and it's a fairly conservative place. But you know, I pray at a table, and it doesn't bother anybody. You know, they respect it. I have faith. You know, they have their faith, and I'm a bit shocked by that. You know, it's really challenged a lot of kind of my thoughts on Islam and Muslims in general. Maybe it's from, you know, being from the U.S. military and just in general, we are a Christian country in America. You know, although like we've all known people from the Middle East or known Muslim people, you know, to actually come to a place where it's a big part of the culture. And I know a lot of Turkish people like to say that, you know, this isn't a Muslim country, and they don't really want to be known for that. A lot that I've met, by the way. Okay, so don't think that I'm making an assumption. It is a big part of the culture here. I mean, you know, before it was Turkey, it was the Ottoman Empire, and you know, it is a big part. It's undeniably a massive part of the culture here. It's a massive part of everyday life. I mean, you hear call to prayer 5 times a day, loud, no matter where you are, echoing off every building. You know, coming from different directions. So it's a very big part of your life, even though you get used to it. But like I said, it's, you know, it isn't the same hostility that I thought it was going to be. So yeah, you know, Turkey itself, first impression is a surprise. And if you come here with an open mind, I think you'll like it. If you come here with your biases and your prejudices, you're probably going to hate it, right? But it's a great place. And you know, I'm marrying into the culture. So, you know, I have to go through wedding ceremonies, henna parties, and all these things that are completely foreign to me, because tradition is so important to their culture, which I really appreciate as a conservative guy. I mean, I really appreciate that. I like learning about it. So, yeah, nothing to fear. You know, if you're just traveling, you just want to visit, come visit the place. Definitely be prepared for if you're going to leave the tourist area. You're not going to see much English, but you're still going to see all your familiar stores. You know, your Starbucks, your Popeyes. They have Popeyes here. They have Popeyes, and it's cheap. And boy, do I eat some Popeyes. But in general, it has everything that you really need from America. Now, would I live here? I'll leave that for another video because, you know, I respect the Turkish people for what they go through. I really do. But yeah, thanks for stopping by, and like and subscribe. Thanks.